Hey everybody, Aaron here from the Cool Guys Nation, and welcome to part 2 of unboxing Shadow War Armageddon. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the terrain. I'm not going to be talking about the orcs and the scouts. The orcs and the scouts that are in the box are just orcs and scouts. Like, we don't need to talk about those. Let's talk about the fantastic new terrain. Now, the terrain that comes in this box set is being sold by GW separately. And if you buy it in the box set, then, well, you save a lot more money. But I don't know if you can still buy the box set. So, if you want to buy this all this terrain, if you didn't get it in the box set, I believe you can buy the Sector Mechanicus Galvanic Magnavent, which is $149, or you can buy the Sector Mechanicus Alchemist Stack, which is $99, or you can buy the same thing, Sector Mechanicus Ferrotonic Furnace, which is $99. So let's see, 99 plus 99 is 200. Did they change the prices? I'm confused. Huh. Yeah. So I guess they changed the prices. I thought it was only $50 for each of these things. Well, anyways, if you bought the Shadow War Armageddon set, then you got this all 3 sets of this new terrain all together in this box, and that's what we are going to be assembling today. Now, I'm actually really, really impressed by this set, and the reason for that is it is completely and totally rebuildable and rearrangeable. So you see on the bottom of those sheets, you have that grid of hexagon holes, and those little hexagon holes will allow you to plug in all these other pieces and move them around. They fit really snug. So if you were to get like a ton of this terrain, you could disassemble it and reassemble it into different variations, and that's really, really cool. I've actually decided for my project that I'm probably going to pick one variation and kind of glue it all together. I only have the one box, and I don't know if I'm going to be buying more of it. I guess if I do buy more of it, then I'll be a little sad that it's all glued together. I might not glue everything together, but I think I'm going to glue the platforms together. So as you can see, I'm gluing in the legs, but you don't have to glue them in. They actually fit really snug. Like, it's pretty awesome. They even have these little tabs, these little like sort of like Lego piece that goes on the bottom that has it's like a rectangle, and each corner has 4 little stubs so that you can use that to connect things together. The box set also comes with a lot of extra bits. I mean, let's see. I have just sitting on my desk right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 ladders, and I have a whole pile of like hatch covers and skulls and just lots of things that go with the terrain, which is really nice. The other thing is that the model was really well cast. Like, the detail is fantastic, and the mold lines were not that hard to deal with. I didn't have to use any special tools. I pretty much just used my glue, my flat back pliers, and a dull razor blade in order to do the edging. Overall, the kit is really nice, and the terrain itself is actually really pretty. There's a tremendous amount of detail on these platforms. Like, all of like the grid pattern underneath the grid pattern has a whole array of tubes and wires and skulls and fans, and it's actually like, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. So I'm really happy with this terrain. I'm really excited to get it all painted up. Building it took about 2 hours or so, which I don't think is too bad. I was trying to make sure that I got as much of the mold lines cleaned up and whatnot. There were a few issues with the grid pattern on the bottom of the walkway pieces, where if you put certain pieces together, then the grid didn't line up exactly how I wanted it to line up, and so it limited the number of places that you could actually attach your pipes or your hanging skulls or your hanging crane or those big giant legs. So the grid pattern is really good. it's really tight. Like the grid is really, really tight. When you stick something in there, you probably don't need glue in order to hold it in. And that's nice because if you want to be able to have a piece of terrain that you can take apart and put into a box and then take it out and reassemble it into something completely different than the last time you played, then this is not a bad set of terrain to pick up. That being said, the whole box is like 8 inches high by 8 inches wide by 15 inches long. So it's not a very big amount of terrain. Meaning, like, if you saw the White Dwarf, and they had this really cool 2 foot by 2 foot board that looked like an oil platform where, it had all these pyres going up level after level after level. I kind of added up how much that thing is, and it's like $2,500 worth of Shadow War Armageddon boxes, let alone if you're going to try and build them by, by buying these individual sets that are now available. I mean, it's expensive, and it's really nice, and it'll fit really well with the board, but if you want to cover an entire 6 foot by 4 foot board or even a whole 2 foot by 2 foot section, I mean, you're talking about spending a couple $100s, which seems a little much for terrain. So that's the Shadow War Armageddon box. I had a really good time putting it together. I do really like it. It's very pretty. It's very modular, which let me just touch on the modular for a second again. This might be a really big moment for GW. If they start producing more terrain like this and all of them have the ability to disassemble and reassemble, and if they use a consistent connecting system like they've seemed to set up for this set, that's awesome. That is really, really awesome. That makes me very, very excited. So we'll see. Yes, the price is high, and I'm not saying the price is high to just be like, oh, Games Workshop, your prices are always so high, blah blah blah. Look, I get it. You're selling stuff. You got to make your money. There's R&D costs. There's all sorts of costs, and you got to sell it for what people are willing to pay. And if people are willing to pay, then that's the price that you sell it for. That's the nature of, consumerism. My issue with this is that I want to be able to cover a big board. You know what I mean? I want to be able to make a 6x4 board or a 4x4 board for Kill Team and not spend $1,000 on terrain. Because for $1,000, you can buy a really nice high-end 6x4 terrain board, painted and based and designed, and have a whole freaking board. So, that's my concern. Maybe they should have made it a little bit less expensive and maybe have a little bit less detail and interestingness to it, but sell something that, you can buy a lot more of for a couple $100s. All that being said, I like it a lot. I've had a great time assembling it, and we're going to be doing a painting tutorial next time on the Cool Guys Nation. So, until further ado, or I guess, until adieu, I will see you later.